Welcome back to the TWSN YouTube channel, and today we have a unique video for you guys. We're going to be kicking off some team-specific 7-round mock drafts, starting off with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, it's kind of obvious why we decided to go this route. They got a bunch of new picks. You know, the Russell Wilson news kind of shook up the league a little bit, and now Seattle fans are wondering what's next for them. What direction are they going to go? So let's get right into it. We're going to be using the NFL mock draft machine from the Draft Network. It's a simulated thing, so sometimes there's gonna be some crazy picks mixed in here and there. We're just gonna go pick by pick, round by round, and see how the Seattle Seahawks draft would look. So first off, let's take a look at who's gone so far to start off the first round. Evanio, Hutchinson, Hamilton, Thibodeau, Ekwonu, Cross, Walker, and Jermaine Johnson. If this is the way the board falls for Seattle, I think Ahmed Gardner is a perfect fit for them. It's in my recent mock, but in general, I think the Seahawks, well, it's a fact that the Seahawks have always coveted some length and some height at that position, and Sauce Gardner fits that mold almost to a T. Like, he's just kind of everything they look for in a stereotypical corner. I know you have the whole, are we going to take a quarterback? Maybe we go Malik Willis or, whatever quarterback they view as their QB1. But in my opinion, Seattle should take a year, see what they have with Drew Lock. If they're good, they're good. You don't have to worry about it. And if you're bad, you have a better pick next year and a much better QB class. So right now, just load up on young talent, let Drew Lock try to do his thing, see what you have, and then go from there. Now, Seattle, back-to-back picks here now at 40 and 41. We just took Sauce Gardner off the board. We know they need some O-line help, and they really need some defensive help. So immediately, my eyes go to DeMarvin Leal. I think that's a really fun fit here in Seattle. You could, like I said, they also could use some offensive line help, but we have back-to-back picks here. Don't forget that. So I think first and foremost, I'm going to go DeMarvin Leal. And then second, I think I'm going to go help the offensive line. And it's really just these group of players right here that is kind of tough to decide between. Sean Ryan's really solid. Tyler Smith is really solid. Raymond's high upside. Falele's really solid. But he's a massive human being. I think let's go with Falele there. These two people, DeMarvin Leal is going to be a solid interior pass rusher throughout his career. He has a little bit of flexibility between some slight edge, but he's going to be a really good 3-tech in the league, give you some pass rushing and some better capability, some better skill on the defensive line, which they haven't had. And then Falele, I obviously need offensive line help. He's a massive human being with some massive upside. I mean, the dude's 6'8", almost 400 pounds. It might take him a little bit to get into the league, but if he hits and he hits his ceiling, the dude should be a dominant right tackle as long as he is healthy in the NFL. Now here in the third round, again, you still need some defensive help. Defense still isn't the best. We went Sauce and DeMarvin Leal for sure. But this guy's screaming to me right here. You saw the Bobby Wagner news, end of an era in Seattle. Leo Chenal from Wisconsin is a freak. I don't even know if he's going to be here available in the third round, which is, but he is in this mock draft, so we're going to sit here and we're going to roll with him. Seattle Seahawks fans should be ecstatic there. He's a solid, really solid, just textbook linebacker. He doesn't do anything crazy, but he's really solid, fundamentally sound, and will make all the sure plays. And like I said, now without Bobby Wagner, nobody's going to come in here and be Bobby Wagner right away. But Jordan Brooks, you got to work to get him extended. And just in general, he's a solid player. Now you got 2 solid linebackers for your future. You have 3 defensive picks so far. And this is kind of how I see this draft playing for Seattle. A lot of in the trenches and, addressing the defensive side of the ball. You have the offensive talent, so just kind of let that side of the ball stay put, and work on the defensive side of the ball and work on the offensive line a little bit. Back to the defensive side of the ball, I think again here maybe we consider an offensive lineman. Let's go take a look at some edge guys here. Myjah Sanders is really interesting. Let's go ahead and give him Myjah Sanders. I think Myjah Sanders has fallen a little bit in some mocks because he weighed in so light at the combine. But that was mainly because he was sick. Maybe some teams will take more stock into it than others. But if this is the case for Seattle, you're reuniting Sauce Gardner and Myjah Sanders to play on the same NFL team. That's a fun little storyline. And you get 2 really good players. Obviously, we know what Sauce is, but Myjah Sanders was another valuable part to that Cincinnati Bearcats defense. And obviously, Sauce got all the attention. Kobe Bryant got some attention. Myjah Sanders was a very good pass rusher every year of his career in Cincinnati. And obviously, it was helpful that Sauce was back there locking down the secondary. But it's definitely good to see them reunited here in the NFL. Now, again, we got back-to-back picks again for Seattle. I'm going to look into the offensive line a little bit here. It's a little tough. I gave him the tackle earlier in Falele. What about some interior guys? Cam Jurgens, the combine monster, put on a show with his mustache. Beef Jurgens. This is his nickname. Apparently, gave all the teams beef jerky during his interviews. But I like Cade Mays here. He's a very versatile offensive lineman, interior offensive lineman for Tennessee. It says, but he plays reps. He's had reps at all 5 positions in college, and that's something, when you have a Seattle team like this, that is a little different. They need some versatility. You need offensive line help, and that's just kind of where he fits. And now I'm going to go Sterling Weatherford, safety from Miami of Ohio. You're going to address that secondary again. You have your free agent safety. Jamal Adams is still there, but it's not the same. That's not the same. You still need some young guys. It's about getting youth on the defensive side of the football for them. That's what the direction Seattle needs to go. I think Sean Weatherford is just great. I think he kind of does it all. He's kind of similar to Sterling Weatherford, my bad. He's kind of similar to Jamal Adams, but he's a little better in coverage. Obviously, Jamal Adams isn't known for being the best cover guy, but Weatherford is another guy that can really play in the box, give you some linebacker reps as well. So he kind of seems to fit that mold of what the Seahawks are looking for at that position. So now we're here in round 6, seeing where the board falls. Maybe you start to consider bringing in a shot-in-the-dark quarterback. Maybe you sign a running back. You have Penny and you have Carson. Who knows what the future is like for them. I think you could also look to go interior offensive line again. This Seattle Seahawks team, man, I know this might not be the direction they go, but this is the direction I think they should go. Please just prioritize getting youth at every position. All the important positions. Really retool your roster. Get younger, get more athletic, and then go from there. Yes, they could decide to go trade for another quarterback, and if that's the case, then this draft would look completely different. I'm operating under the idea, because that's what I would do, that they need to kind of tank for a year and then come back and readdress things next year. So now, the 7th round pick, I believe this is their last pick. There's a bunch of different routes they could go. And I'm going to go... this is a tough one. I think that, obviously, when you're here in the 7th round, there's a lot of ways you can go. I think that they're going to go with a development tackle here. And Nick Zagel, I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. It's probably Zackel, whatever his name is. I've watched some tape on him. He's pretty solid. Definitely a fundamentally sound guy. He lacks some upside. He's a little raw in some areas as well. But the upside is clearly there when you watch him on film. But obviously when you come from a smaller school like that, it takes a little bit of time to maybe adjust to the league. Maybe he works out. Maybe he doesn't. That's really all it is. It's a hit or miss pick there. And that's kind of just how the Seattle Seahawks draft went. I think they should really continue to prioritize youth, build up the trenches a little bit, and then go from there. Well, like I said, we're kicking off our team-specific mocks, so let us know down in the comments who you guys want to see next, and I hope to see you guys again on the TWSN YouTube channel here soon.